Hello there, here, and today we're going to play My Drink is Stuck in a Vending Machine, and Now My Life is Over. Wow, such a sad story, isn't it? This is a game developed by Phil Johnson, yet again. Phil Johnson game I have played before. Why the fuck my English is so broken? I'm sorry about that. But yeah, basically, I've played Phil Johnson games before, previously a few days ago, which is called Date Simulator. There's also a scene in Italian Cafe. I really forget the name of that game. But you could check both in the card above. But yeah, this is a short visual novel? I don't really know. Let's start the game, shall we? Well, that sucks. Two high school girls stands in front of a vending machine, yes. In front of them, an energy drink sits snugly between the metal dispensing mechanism of its origin and a thin slab of glass. Oh no! What a nightmare! The position is, unfortunately, quite far from the machine retrieval flap. Even more unfortunate is the fact that the beverage only attained this position after having been purchased by one of the previously mentioned girls. Oh no! No one is happy with the situation. Huh? It's stuck? Sure seems that way. The girl stands in silence for a moment. Stuck is definitely a good word. Stuck is definitely a good word for it. For Loretta, the taller of the two, that's about where this story should end. However, what done is done, okay. She thinks. Her gaze quickly shifts from the machine to her smartphone and she begins stepping away. Judy, her portlier friend, has a different thought process entirely. Sure shucks that happened. But that's life, right? Well, hold on now. Don't talk like we are done here. Loretta takes another good look at the device in front of them. Sure enough, the beverage her friend both is in the same position it was the last time she checked. Looks pretty done to me. Well, look harder then. Oh. Wait. Oh. I actually love that. Stage 1, denial. The movement of their face. With a huff and a heave, Jody stretches her tiny arms around the machine. She wobbles side to side, and every which way, the machine wobbles in turn. Okay, I'm looking. At what though? I couldn't tell you. Oh no, you're passing through the 5 stage. I'm getting my drink out of the machine, duh. Looks more like you're trying to tango with it. Ignoring her friend's sarcasm, Judy wobbling continues. She believes that with enough persistence, enough determination, the drink of her desire will finally and rightfully becomes hers. Well, perhaps you should grab a knife and try to stop the vending machine, huh? Loretta believes that this course of action is pretty stupid, also fruitless, and not a small bit unsanitary. Of course, she won't tell her friend that directly. A small bit of persuasion certainly seems appropriate to her, though. That thing cost, what, $2? It was $2.50. Oh no. And you're putting all this effort in for $2.50. I'll give you 3 if it means that much to you. Just let it go. It's just, I don't want to waste good money, you know. $2.50 may not be a lot to you, but it's more than I'm willing to waste. Loretta offers an inquisitive and overall unconvinced grunt in response, but her friend doesn't hear it over the sound of her furiously adjusting the beverage machine. Wow, she's just like me for real. In truth, she couldn't really care less about $2.50. Her true motivation lies in the realm of desperation, not frugality. Oh, okay. To give context, the girls' outing is not purely a social one. It was initially studious in nature. The two have an essay due in an English class they share. Loretta has made decent headway in the essay statement. Judy has unfortunately not. After a good hour and some change filed with more head-scratching than word typing, Judy concluded that a quick boost of energy was the only thing that could get the gears in her brain moving. That was then, though, and this is now. As disappointing as it is to have spend some hard-earned money on a cool glass of disappointment, oh no. Judy is starting to come to the belief that starting a vending machine isn't particularly useful in getting an essay written. Upon realizing that her desperate effort to relieve a creative block has inadvertently produced yet another block in its own right, the nature of Judy's appliance wobbling significantly increases in intensity. Ooh, out of spite, eh? You doing okay there? Yes, totally. Yeah, fine. I'll be great. Actually, once this stupid drink comes loose. Quite quickly, GD handlings of the vending machine evolved first part the description of mere wobbling, well into the territory of rattling. Seconds pass and rattling turns to shaking. Proving insufficient as well, said shaking soon become jerking. Oh no, are we entering the second phase? Desperation wells up within GD as even a few mighty jerks prove ineffective, and in the end she abandons the strategy altogether, choosing to instead kick her mechanical adversary with all her might. Someone who is okay would probably not be assaulting an inanimate object. Like I said, I'm not okay yet, but I will be. Stage 2, yep, we are entering it. Anger. As her friend's frustration continued to manifest itself through more and more aggressive means, Lorda comes to find that attacking a vending machine caused quite a racket. Lorda also soon discovers that she is not the only one to come to this conclusion, as the two are approached by a worker from the cafe next door. Oh no. Hey you kids, what the heck is all this noise about? It's nothing, just some problems with the vending machine. Oh no. Lorda waves a hand towards her friend, who seems to have not even noticed the barista arrival. Come on, you stupid drink! Yeah, just a little problem. I can see that. Don't worry about her, she's stressed. I can see that as well, just don't break anything, alright. Got it. Well, it was solved rather easily. With an air of judgment overshadowed only slightly by apathy, the barista returns to their place of work. Alright, you heard her. We are done here, yeah? Don't want to get a noise complaint or anything, do we? Yeah, sure. Just give me one more second. I'm almost there. Despite Jodie's supposed understanding of the situation, the kicking continues, as does the noise. Loretta rolls her eyes. Are we entering the third stage? Okay, you know what? Watching you fruitlessly attempt to dislodge a beverage has me thirsty now. I'm going to get myself a drink at the grocery store. In the meantime, just don't get the cops called on you or anything, okay? Oh no. Hey you, there! What are you doing? Stage 3, depression. Oh no. Loretta does as she said and makes her way to the grocery stores on the other side of the plaza. Meanwhile, Judy continues kicking. And kicking. And kicking some more. Kicking and kicking until her feet got sore. Again and again until she loses the will to kick anymore. Oh. Like start and energy drain, Judy slumps again defending the machine. She intends it to only be a brief pause, but even when her legs recover and her breath is caught, Judy struggles to find the motivation to continue wrestling with the machine. She slides her back down the beverage distributor until her butt makes contact with the sidewalk. Maybe her time will be better spent sitting, waiting for something to happen, rather than using the little energy she has on a futile endeavor. Just as Judy begins to think this, a stout but sturdy shadow begins meandering over her. Oh no! Excuse me, little lady, but what seems to be the matter? Looking up, Judy finds the shadow belongs to an equally sturdy individual. And after taking a quick read of the patch on his top, she learns that this individual happens to be the county deputy. Wait, a deputy? Someone didn't actually call the cops on me, did they? Please, I'm innocent. I haven't tried doing anything illegal yet. Hey, no need to get so worked up. I'm just here to grab a coffee. Okay, nice. Oh, so you're not going to do anything? I mean, if I can help you out with whatever your problem here is, if you want. As embarrassing as it was to admit, she did in fact have a problem, and she could in fact use the help. So, bargaining? With a sheepish look and an unintentional avoidance of eye contact, Judy points towards the glass. The deputy gives an understanding smile and nods before motioning her to step away. Are you going to fail as well? He puffs out his chest and wraps his arms around the machine. With a good few grunts and rhythmic timing, the deputy doesn't even bother with warm-up wobbles before giving the vending machine a full-on series of jerks. Judy watches, holding within herself some combination of awe and concern. Wait, deputy, I appreciate your help, but you don't have to shake it so hard. It looks like you might break the thing. So what if I do? Who, who will pay for it? Who are they gonna call? The cops? Wow. Alright, do it then. Judy says nothing in response. What could she say to that? She simply looks on as the man belligerently handles the machine. He struggles and sways, even managing to do so for a fair bit longer than she had, but ultimately ends up out of breath. All the while, the energy drink doesn't move an inch. Ew, sorry about that, little lady. Looks like this old body failed the both of us today. Judy looks to the ground. It's okay, I just won't get a drink, it's fine. Oh well, that's a good attitude to have. Yeah, it's okay, I just won't be able to finish this essay, that's all. Essay? Well, don't say that. No, really, it's fine, I'll just fail this one class. Though it is a graduation requirement, maybe I'll fail the whole semester too. That seems a bit... And if that happens, maybe I'll get held back. I'll have to do a whole nother year of high school, maybe more. My entire lifespan will be pushed back a year, bringing me that much closer to my inevitable demise. Why? But I'll manage. I'm sorry. Danby, that's just how it is in this world. What? It's not your fault that I've set myself up to become a hopeless, aimless failure. Sometimes things just don't go the way you want them to, but it's okay. Bargaining? I guess so. Judy stares off into space with nothing more to say on the matter. The deputy scratches his chin in hope that she will change her disposition in the time it takes for him to perform such an action, but it doesn't come to pass. I'm gonna go now. The deputy slinks in the cafe next door, whistling an uncomfortable tune to himself to distract from the event he just witnessed. Judy doesn't react, she simply continues to fix her gaze at nowhere in particular until the sound of a passing car finally shocks her mental facilities into functioning properly. Stage 4, bargaining. What? Judy jumps, snapping out of her spiraling episode. She looks around, returns their attention to the vending machine, and remembers the task at hand. Now is not the time for mopping, she thinks. Loretta will return any moment now, and when she does, she will see Judy taking a big swig of the energy drink she fought tooth and nail to obtain. There has to be a way to make that dream into a reality, but how? Buying another drink could help. Heck, doing so could even dislodge the already sick beverage. Oh no, that's the bargaining. But that does present a risk of further sunk costs, and even a successful purchase would mean even more money spent and potentially far more caffeine acquired than Judy would ever like to consume in the day. Then don't consume it once. Breaking the glass on the machine is also an option, though likely not a good one, considering there's most definitely a police officer in the vicinity, if there isn't. Speaking of which, she could ask the deputy for help again, or even ask Gilberta from earlier, who seems relatively muscular in build. Though both of them possibly think she's crazy by now. Perhaps prayer is the answer. Judy isn't exactly the religious type, but if there was any time to ask for a divine intervention, why not now? I don't know. She closes her eyes and clasps her hands together before beginning to squeak a soft request from under her breath. I haven't really done anything like this in a while, but I'm in serious need of help here. Wow. I may not even have always been the best person in the world, or even in the 50th percentile probably, but if there truly is a loving and forgiving deity out there, I could use one right about now. If anyone is listening, please give me strength, or send help, or do something, anything. Please, I'm begging. Hey, you okay there? Here comes your deity. Out of seemingly nowhere, a boy emerged. The grace on his immaculately styled pompadour shimmers like a radiant beacon of hope in the sunlight. Huh? Sorry, what do you say? I was asking if you're doing alright. Looks like you were kind of spacing out there and like mumbling to yourself. How terribly embarrassing, though one can imagine how a desperate, inexperienced prayer would appear that way to an onlooker. Me? Mumbling? Not at all. I'm perfectly fine, haha. Judy forces an uncomfortable smile. Its insincerity would be noticed by anyone paying an ounce of attention. Fortunately, perhaps for her, this boy was not. Okay, cool, just checking, see you then. What? As quickly as it arrived, the lanky lad shuffles away. You're not going to help? Judy has a great sigh of relief. Consider that awkward encounter avoided for the most part. The slight reprieve quickly deteriorates around her. However, as a thug settles in, could that perhaps have been the savior she had asked for? Is it possible that the interestingly fashioned young man who approached her was the answer to her prayer, but she was simply too distracted by her pride to realize? Oh no. Yes, I was thinking about them being the savior as well, but they just go. If that's the case, should she pray again? If the strategy was to have worked once, why not once more? Alternatively, was it possible that her prayers were for naught all along, that her cries for help were no more than the unheard rumblings of a sinner? What? One whose prayers were never meant to be answered at all? Such thugs began their trouble round swirling in Judy's mind, so intrusive and pervasive that she barely even feels the impact of a wet, metallic cylinder being tossed into her arms. What? Stage 5 Acceptance. Hello, Loretta. Judy gets a feeling. At first it's just a wait. Then it's a damn wait. Then it's a cold damn wait. Upon closer inspection, though, it's... apple juice? Canned apple juice? Yeah. Yeah, it was buy one get one deal, you're welcome. But why apple juice of all things? Because you don't look like you need any more energy the way you're acting. So true. That's not what I meant. I meant, why would you want this? I think you live on an apple orchard. It's because of you. I haven't been home all day. Call it withdrawals or homesickness. Or that, also. Or maybe you're assigning too much meaning to a beverage. Maybe you're... Hey, wait, you weren't trying to be symbolic with this, were you? I wasn't. I was hoping it will distract you from the stupid vending machine. Mission accomplished. Can we go back inside now? Judy returns her sight to the machine. The energy drink she purchased is still there, mocking her, tempting her to try and fish it out just one more time. Calling out to her to give it just a little more effort, just to see what happens. Except it isn't. In fact, it's not doing anything, it's just sitting there doing nothing. That was the whole issue, wasn't it? Judy cracks open the can in her hands. The crisp sound of pressurized air fills her ears momentarily before the sweet taste of sugar-filled apple concentrate fills her mouth. You're right, this is way better than an energy drink. Oh, let's get out of here. Don't have to tell me twice. Hey, by the way, Loretta. Yeah. What have you been writing for your essay? What, you want to copy me? Well, no, cause I don't care if you do. I prefer if you just show me. Sure, whatever works. And there we go, the end. Yeah, thanks for playing. It's a pretty short visual novel. The developers said themselves that it's for testing some features. I guess it's the facial expression features. So yeah, that's all for my drink is stuck in a vending machine, and now my life is over. I love the character design, by the way. And the little story of a slice of life thing. But yeah, that's all. So I guess see you later then in my next video. Bye bye.